Hello everyone, this is MadSpartus from both the Battleforge forums and in-game. Today I'm bringing to you my fourth audio commentary, and it's my first externally submitted audio commentary, so I am not playing in this match. We have DarkIloth playing in the east with Shadow, and we have ApocKane playing in the west with Shadow as well. The map is Uro. This map has a decent amount of power and orbs on it, and everything's actually fairly spaced out. So this replay is 20 minutes long, so I guess the players have ample opportunity to tack up and get up to 3 orbs at least, and we'll see how this goes, but it should be exciting. So ApocKane, or the west, goes south, and the east decides to change direction, and instead of playing offensively decides to go towards the batch of power wells that's around the canyon there. They both pulled out a Dread Charger, both fully upgraded. I think these are both pretty good players, so we should see a lot of upgraded cards in a pretty good match. So both players have taken a power well and are now rushing towards the middle. So they might be planning on engaging each other. The east has taken the natural expansion of the west. So this base here is closest to the west's start position, and the west has decided to take the canyon position, which means they now have a solid foothold on the entire west side of the map, and they buy the wall there, so they're basically planning on keeping their bases close together and well defended. Looks like the east is planning on going in for some harassment. He didn't engage the west Dread Charger. He's going towards the orbs instead. Has 150 power on hand, so could pull out some units and try and do a decent offensive here. No units come out. Decides to run away instead. I think this is just a harassment. He's trying to get the west to commit more units to defense. So if the west pulled out a couple Forsaken or something, the east will then run away probably and go with a power well or an orb, and both players have now started building orbs. The east is going bandit colors, shadow fire, and the west is going pure shadow. Still harassing, but no new units have come out, and no new units have been committed in defense, so decides to commit to an attack with a rallying banner, so he's gonna not have any summoning sickness, but neither player lost anything in tier 1, and as you can see, less than 100 void power in play, so these units can pull out, these players can pull out units, but they won't have a lot of power recycling, so it might be a slow offensive. Shadow Mage comes out. That's natural for a pure Shadow player. Very good unit in terms of damage. Both players also using DarkIloth Assassins, and they put out a good amount of damage with their ability, but they frequently live long enough to see any shots fired after ability, so you may as well use it right away if you got it. Yeah, the offensive isn't very strong, just on account of the limited amount of power in play at the moment, so units are coming out slowly, and the west has more units in play at the moment because the east has been playing rallying banners, so I'm not sure how successful they're going to be with this offensive. They target the Shadow Mage first. Good idea. More damage you do to the Shadow Mage, the less it can shoot. It only got one shot off, and now it's useless. Thankfully, Shadow Mage is a cheap enough unit that even if you only get off a couple shots, you get your power's worth out of it. Phoenix comes out for the west. We're hoping to end this offensive, take out that rallying banner. Unfortunately, not enough corpses, I guess, just barely not enough to resurrect that Phoenix. Had they suicided the Dread Charger, I think they actually would have gotten that Phoenix, so that might have been a good strategy. Could have ended the offensive. The east pulls out a Phoenix this time, but with no units to attack, it's just going to go for those wells, I guess. They still have ground presence, got a Nightcrawler in play, and comes out with another rallying banner.
Shadow Mage.
2 Shadow Mages in play, can't really attack with Nightcrawlers. Probably best to go with Phoenix again, yes, there it is. Gonna finish those Shadow Mages and damage the wells again. Yeah, successfully hit both of them. Players are tied in terms of power wells right now. Yeah, they've each bought 4 power wells and an orb. And the offensive is done, so East is coming in with a Nightcrawler, West is going in with a Nightcrawler. They're both choosing a Swift unit to go on an attack. East is going to attack the main base of the West. I'm not sure if this one's going for a base or going on an offensive. It looks like it's going on an offensive as well. Phoenix comes out again, so that's probably the best tactic against Shadow Mages.
A power well is under attack.
Especially since it's doing splash damage to the buildings as well. So if it can finish off Shadow Mages as they come out and also damage the buildings, you get your money's worth out of each Phoenix, even if it doesn't resurrect. That Nightcrawler wasn't really supported, so it went down, but the West pulls out a Undead Army. Haven't been seeing that as much lately, I don't think. It got nerfed by 10 power, but it's still very useful against decks that don't have crowd control, and neither player has crowd control here, so there's not much a bandit deck can do against that. We're just gonna have to take it. They're continuing their offensive though. They're very close to getting a power well down at the moment. Only 180 life. Another Phoenix comes out. If those wells don't get healed right now, they're gonna go down. One of them does. The other one I think is gonna die. Yeah. So 1 well down for the West player. Well, 1 well almost down for the East player. If this army gets resurrected, and it does, it's probably gonna go down. More Phoenix strikes coming out against the West. The East is making no effort to defend against this undead army. Perhaps they're hoping to get the orb down. I mean, if the West player loses his orb, he won't be able to continue with the undead army assault, so just focusing as much as possible on that orb. It's down to 500 life right now. East orb down to 781. 1 more undead army will probably finish it. The West decides to go with Orb Corruption, trying to end this offensive. Unfortunately, their orb goes down just before they're able to finish it.